India, US to hold joint military exercise. The armies of India and the United States are all set to flex their muscles close to the India-China land border, just 3 months after Indian Navy sailed through the South China Sea in an affirmation of freedom of navigation in international waters. A total of 250 U.S. Army soldiers are landing at Chaubushia in Uttarakhand to start the 2-week-long joint exercise called Yuddhabhyas, from 14 September. This is the 12th edition of the India-US joint exercise and the first in an area close to the border with China. Interconnectivity and interdependence are the new global order. Interoperability and jointness as being applied in Exercise 2016 are the new military essentials. Lieutenant General Balwant Singh, GIC Central Command. India's military and strategic ties with the United States are growing rapidly. The Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, LEMOA, signed between U.S. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter and his Indian counterpart Manohar Parrikar just a couple of weeks ago was a major step to curb firepower from likely threats. LEMOA has created a formal platform between India and the U.S. to mutually use each other's military bases and other facilities. With the trilateral joint exercise called Malabar involving Indian, US and Japanese navies in June this year, India had sent a strong message to China that it would not allow any country to control the South China Sea. Exercise is an extension of the same message of freedom from fear of threat by forces inimical to democracy and forces backing terrorism. Yuddhabhyas 2016, the Indo-US joint exercise is a giant step for the armies of two great democratic nations to train and gain from each other's rich operational experiences. Exercise will be the first India-US exercise after LEMOA came into existence. The Chaubushia military station near Aniket is situated just over 100 kilometers away from the India-China border. It will start with the unfurling of the national flags of India and the US, apart from the playing of the two countries' national anthems. Exercise has been strategically planned by the Ministry of Defense keeping in mind the features of the line of control, which India shares with Pakistan, and the line of actual control, which India shares with China. The exercise will be conducted in the heavily forested areas of Chaubushia, where the heights range from 6,000 feet to 8,000 feet. The exercise will begin with a difficult march of approximately 6 kilometers with complete battle loads of almost 30 kilograms on each soldier. Then the soldiers of both the armies will familiarize themselves with each other's organizational structures, weapons and tactical drills. To simulate a counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism environment, the tactical part of the exercise will include raid, cordon and search operations, with the emphasis on using state-of-the-art equipment for surveillance, tracking and identification of terrorists, using specialist weapons, sensing and neutralizing IEDs and establishing effective communications. In the last 3 days and 2 nights of exercise, the validation exercise will be conducted with troops being inducted by helicopters into a notional hostile area. The drill will be followed as per the UN mandate and both militaries are looking forward to the exercise. However, authoritative sources said that there is no question of China being the focus. It is only because of geographical features and logistics that the region around Aniket was chosen for this long-planned exercise. They add that it is the policy of both the US and India to seek to have a friendly and cooperative relationship with a major trading partner, China. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment,